Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. In today's episode we got the JZX90 here in single player, gonna do a drift tutorial for this Monday video. As always, I hope you all had a great weekend and I hope you all have an amazing day. If you enjoy any part of the video, be sure to leave a like and a comment with your favorite part. And if you're new around here, consider also subscribing. We upload every day of the week, Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Now today, like I said, we're going to be doing a little drift tutorial. Trying to do it nice, quick, and easy here. So I've already tried like 5 times for the last 3 hours, but here we go. You want to find the balance point. So clutch, handbrake, find that point where it slides and doesn't over rotate, right? You can do it right here in the parking lot. Get going, handbrake, clutch, and slide it and try and find that balance where you've got that angle, but it's not over rotating right there. Now, probably easier in first gear, yeah. In this little tight space, easier in first gear than second gear just to be doing that. So basically what you're going to do is you're just going to continuously initiate and try and keep it in that balance point. Don't worry about the throttle, right? Just try and, it's a game, right? You're not breaking the car, just having fun, right? Get around the track. Now, once you can do that, right, get it up into second gear. And if you add too much throttle, right, it's not going to work very properly, right? It's not very clean, doesn't really look very nice. Hit stuff, hit the curves. Now, once you find that balance point, you want to be very gentle with the steering wheel. You want to have a firm grip, but at the same time you want to let it do its thing. And then you're going to manipulate the throttle just little amounts. I'm probably around 40 to 50% throttle right now, maybe even less, maybe around 30, while now down to the ground I'm really having to hold on to that steering wheel, control it way more to keep it where I want it to be, right? So you're going to find that balance point and just 30-40%, keep it going. Oh, not enough there. Right, I'm probably only 20%, go more, 40-50, keep it going. Now, here we go. Here we want to, again, just find that point and just slowly work your way around. Find your balance. Feel the weight of the steering wheel on your shoulder, on your arm. Figure out the balance. Figure out the point in which, because there's the balance, right? It's all about the balance of the car between over-rotating and straightening out. And that's the simplest way I can think of putting it. It's like riding a bike and you're trying to balance from either side, right? So, just take it slow. Add a bit more throttle. Not enough. Too much. If you listen to the RPMs, it'll give you much more help, right? You don't want it to be on red line the whole time. Now there's times where you're on red line, and especially when you're chasing people and you're making a lot of small handbrake adjustments, there tends to be more throttle. It seems like there's more throttle, more handbrake pulls and chase, like in the big trains. But right now, I'm not using any left foot brake, no handbrake, just the throttle, and my one hand just making adjustments. As I let off the throttle, had to start making more adjustments because I wasn't making the adjustments with the throttle. And as we straighten out, right, the car will automatically try and straighten out as you let off the throttle. So, right? So add a bit more throttle to get a bit more angle, a bit less throttle for a bit less angle. But there's also trying to extend the corner, right? So you're gonna have to get more throttle for higher speeds, but also gonna have to let off the throttle slightly more. You're gonna have to play with it a bit more to get it to be in that power range that you need to get the speed and the angle to get on that right trajectory without over rotating. Find that balance on throttle, balance, throttle. Now once you find that balance point, and how much throttle, right? It's 40-50% throttle at times, right? Here, I'm probably around 40 or 50%. Keep yourself in the middle of the track. Don't worry about getting right out to the outside. No need for that. No worry about, you don't gotta worry about this being perfect, right? You're just trying to learn, trying to have fun with your simulator. Let off the throttle a little bit, down to like 10 or 20% while transitioning, and then back on throttle. Now sometimes you want to let off completely, right? And you can even, what I notice sometimes, what helps me is basically just resetting, right? Just slowing yourself down by just sliding into the corner with the clutch in, that's all. Slows you down and helps you maintain. It allows you to keep going without straightening out quite so fast. If you don't hold in the clutch, it seems to straighten out much quicker. By holding in the clutch, if you're in the right position, right there I didn't transition quite enough. So here on this corner, let off throttle, but certain corners you let off throttle, certain corners you don't when you're trying to transition, from what I've noticed. And so, here you go. I held it during the transition, but then let off, and then back on a bit. Probably around 80 or 90% right now. Down to the ground. Right, this long corner here, we're definitely using a lot of throttle. All through here, there's a lot of times a lot of throttle here. Send it in deep. But if you keep yourself in the middle of the track, you don't really have to worry about keeping yourself off the wall, so you don't have to go quite so aggressively. And you can use a bit extra left foot brake to kind of help transition the car or help it extend the corner, turn in, depending on what you're doing. There's different ways of pressing, right? If you press just a little bit, you can kind of help extend the corner a little bit, but if you press down a lot, it'll help turn in, like I did at the end of the corner versus the start of the corner. Here, not using as much throttle, but I'm using that little bit of left foot brake, and it keeps extending the corner for us. Here, a bit more, same kind of idea, but just slightly more aggressive with it, which allowed us to keep on the line, but also turn in the front end to keep on that tighter line. Turn in as we're going. Ooh. There I had to use the left foot brake and hold the steering wheel to basically just hold the line we were on and stop the car from rotating in any way because we were too close to the wall. So in every situation there's little differences in every situation, but the basics that you want to remember is just find the balance and then manipulate the throttle within 40 to 50% and upwards towards 60 to 70%, and then leave that last like 20 to 30% for really going aggressively at a certain corner, right? Or to escape from, like, to get around an accident or to make adjustments, right? And leave yourself that leeway. That way you can you can make adjustments with more speed rather than steering and brakes, or less speed rather than steering and brakes, right? You want to try and do as much of the driving with the throttle as possible. So you want to try, don't worry about the steering wheel turning, right? You're going to nudge the steering wheel left and right. No worry about that. Especially when you're first learning. You're going to trace the wheel around and all that. No worries about that. It's all part of learning. Just have fun. And there you go. Held the throttle during transition, but kind of let off on that one. That was probably around 30 to 40% throttle, maybe 50 at most throughout that corner. Here we go. I added too much angle, and so I had to really hold the steering wheel where I want it to be and use some throttle to correct. Oh, that's not very fun. Just hit the post. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Just a quick little tutorial. I got a comment about it and I thought I'd give it a shot. I've watched a few tutorials to get an idea of how they go. This is my like 4th or 5th try. The others were like 40 and 50 minutes long, so I figured if I could keep it down to whatever this is at this point, this is good. I've got all the info that I wanted to say in the video, so I hope it helps. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everyone.